The other day, we brought up affirmation and how it's okay to receive affirmation from someone. And what affirmation is basically just a general recognition or being someone confirming what your thoughts, beliefs, whatever the case may be. It can be general as nodding your head, agreeing with someone, or letting that individual know in other verbal context or physical context that you are in agreement with something in general. Okay, so I wanted to say affirmation always feels good. Don't ever feel bad for receiving affirmation. Thank you, and it's noted, and I will take it in. And I appreciate the fact that you watched my video. And make sure that when you watch my videos that you're also hitting that like button, because I'm seeing 17, 20, 30 views on videos, and then I click back on those videos and I see like 4 likes. You know what that means when you cross your arms? That means you're guarded. Your guard is up. You are guarded. I don't want to be guarded. I want to open my arms wide open for you and accept you. Okay? So some of you are probably confused still. We've made several handfuls of videos over the last couple weeks, and you're probably thinking, what is he getting at? Well, half the time, I don't know what I'm getting at. This could turn into a book. This could turn into a TV show. I may decide at some point to take it a whole nother direction, and just maybe it strictly be work. But I also view these videos right now as a good practice to learn how to communicate with the camera. And of course, I'm going to get better at it. I'd like to learn how to do some editing, and I'd also like to get a tripod and be able to do those things out on a job site and do professional work videos as well. It's not all going to be fun and games, but I'm trying to get better at it day by day. Now, you may also notice today that I'm a little bit calmer. Let me tell you, I cheated on my diet a little bit last week. Not bad. I had a couple pieces of bread, and I ate some chicken wings one night, and it affected me. I took in some of those extra sugars and extra carbs, and it really affected me. And Sunday, I buckled down, and I got back on my keto diet, and we've been pushing through the week, so I'm probably back in ketosis, so I'm feeling better, and I'm a little bit calmer. Except for yesterday afternoon. I was just amped up yesterday afternoon. So we're a little bit calmer today. And that's good, because I wanted to be able to have some serious time with you to kind of explain some of those things about why the videos may be, granted that they've been on a general concept of accepting roles and how to communicate and who you are as a person, and just really on a psychological in-depth basis. And they'll probably maintain that path, but we do have other things to talk about. And my goal is to not be so angry and so one-tracked mind about it. Understand, when I make a video about pet peeves, those are my pet peeves. They don't have to be your pet peeves. And if you don't like it, well, I'm sorry, but I made it funny, didn't I? I like to have fun. But I've got a lot of passion. Passion has really always been a struggle of mine. And I want to say that some of this, clearly I've stated that a lot of this is a reaction to some of that physical pain and mental pain that I dealt with over the last couple years, with my sister leaving and my sister passing away, and the fact that I had back problems and I could hardly walk 3 or 4 months ago. It has a lot to do with it. And I do have those concerns that, if something ever happened, if something happened tomorrow, if something happened in 1 hour, who would tell my story? What would my kids, what memory would my children have of me and my friends and my family? And it's enjoyable being able to document these things, and for that reason alone, but also to document some of my thoughts. That way, I'm able to go back on it. And if I decide to write a book later, or do a show, or just keep making videos about random nothingness, if it turns into nothing, then fine. But it makes me feel good. And I hope that there's some of you out there that feels good. Don't I sound like Mr. Rogers? You know what? I didn't miss an episode of Mr. Rogers. I'm struggling getting to the point to where, because there's a new Mr. Rogers movie out with Tom Hanks. And I'm trying to decide, man, at 40 years old, am I really going to be able to sit here and stomach watching Mr. Rogers? Now, Tom Hanks is amazing. As a 40-year-old man, Tom Hanks was a large part of my childhood with these movies that he was in. The guy really meant a lot. Entertainment was different back then. You know, a good Tom Hanks movie was absolute quality family entertainment. So I think I'm going to watch the movie just based on that. I'm just going to pick a night when it's just like, let's do this. Let's just watch Mr. Rogers. Maybe I'm a little bit like Mr. Rogers anyways, he was a good guy. I want to watch the movie just to respect who Mr. Rogers was and what he meant to society. And I also want to cover and talk a little bit, and let's do some videos in their entirety just about this. But let's talk about the Me Too movement. And I want you to understand that, look, I'm a Republican. And I consider myself, I'm 100% not far right, okay? I'm very centered in regards to politics, but I have a problem with the way that the far left does things and the agenda that they push. And we'll talk about that in a lot of depth because we got a big election coming up, and I'm going to have a lot to say. But right now, I'll just bring up the fact that the Me Too movement, generally, as I view it, as being pretty far left, okay? But there is a lot of good things that have come out of it. I don't like the fact that they're, push this agenda on what someone did 20 or 30 years ago, and they try to destroy their life over a decision they made when they were younger. Because like I've said once, I've said it 1,000 times, we grow as we get older, and we mature, and we move past, and we learn from some of those mistakes. So let's not persecute people for those things. We'll move on. Because it causes those people to live in fear, and live in a fear of all of their actions. And you need to be able to take actions and not be reacting out of fear. And the Me Too movement has done some things. It has made people that grew up like I grew up in the 1980s and the 90s, where things like bullying were real. Kids were mean to you in school. Kids picked on you. Kids hit on you. They did all kinds of things, and they were mean. And it's okay for us to have that Me Too feeling that I have something to say. I have something to say to make sure that our youth can grow up and learn how to be constructive citizens for our society. That's great. Soak that in. Think about what you have as a person, what you have to contribute to our society. How can you make America better? I almost said how make America great again, but let's try to keep this pretty even keel. Even if it's not America, if you're a human being, wherever you want to go live, whatever you want to go do, you and you alone will have an impact. Everyone has their own impact. Decide what it is. If you have to experiment, like I experiment the other day, I was telling you about my personality type and how I don't believe something until I see it, or I don't believe something until I do it. Well, that's just how I am. And if we have to experiment along the way, then I ask you, please be here for this experiment with me, because it's going to be a fun ride, and I'm going to say a lot of valuable things, and I'll bring value to you. I was thinking a few minutes ago before I started the video that I also want to touch base on I've really been feeling since I've got back in that ketosis feeling about what it does to my brain functions, and how, and I know some of you out there have been telling me for a couple months or years, whatever, about dieting and brain food and things like that. And it's not that I didn't believe you, it's that I was being stubborn and not wanting to take that next step. Just like some of you out there watching this video right now, you've contacted me, we've talked about dieting, but you have not taken that step, and that's fine. I cannot force you to do that. You will do that on your own when you are ready, and you will keep watching my videos, and I'll tell you how good I feel every day. But I feel fabulous. My brain is functioning at a high level. It feels good. And I will keep sharing that with you. And we will talk about brain damage that's caused from physical violence, sports such as football and concussions, damage to your prefrontal cortex, the portion of your brain that deals in decision making, and how that has affected, say, me growing up playing football, and other aspects of my life that I look forward to talking to you about. But it's a process, and I'm going to keep you waiting. I'm going to hang on. This is just like, ladies and gentlemen, those that I've been talking to about The Curse of Oak Island, one of my favorite TV shows. 7 seasons into it. Season 7 season finale was last night, and they found. But you know what? It's exciting. It's exciting because we get to see them. They have a basic belief in something. And their belief is that they're going to search for this treasure, whether it's there or not. They are coming together as a group of adult men. They communicate, they have friendships, and they all enjoy a common interest. So if they never find that treasure, then so be it. I have enjoyed watching it. I have enjoyed them communicating and learning their interpersonal relationship skills and how they interact, and some of the engineering functions in general that they use while searching for their treasure. But for me, it's exciting just to see all those other aspects. To see people, I like to see people with passion. And I know not all of you have it. It's not all in your DNA. But if you are passionate about something, I will say, be passionate about it, and don't let anyone ever make you feel bad for what your passion is, or that energy and that excitement and that thrill that you put into that passion. Because just like the Me Too movement does, or they say, there's only one you. Be you, and be the best you. Bring that passion and work on it every single day, and you will be a better person. Like this video, share it with your friends, and I haven't had a lot of subscriptions yet. I think we're on 23 subscriptions. Let's get some more YouTube subscriptions. Make that profile, get signed up on YouTube, and subscribe. That way I don't have to keep posting these videos on Facebook. If you're already a subscriber, as soon as I post the video, you'll get it. Some videos, if I shoot multiple ones in a day, I'm not going to post it to Facebook. I might post 2 or 3 to YouTube, and if you've already subscribed, well, then you'll be the first to view it. And we'll wait to post it on Facebook for other days when I don't have time to shoot a video because I'm too busy at work, or I'm out on a family vacation, or spending family time, yada, yada, yada. So, till next time.